But yeah, so the chapter just dropped. You feel me? I guess the first thing that we usually do is a chapter ratings and everything like that. I'm pretty sure all of us probably put out some content on the chapter already. So this might be a bit of an update. But I guess we can start with our special guest first. Meek, if you'd give this chapter a rating, 1 through 10, talk to me. How is it?
It's got to be a 10. I think in terms of just hype and expectations, and not only that, just the overall anticipation of what was going to happen. I think the way Kishimoto set things up, especially for this first chapter, because this is chapter one, it's a brand new manga. I think they delivered on everything. Like the fact that they jumped right into the action, as we saw at the last page with Boruto, Code, and Kawaki. Like it just everything hit for me. The only thing that I would say, I wouldn't say is a criticism, but I just want to note the pacing. It was very, like, the pacing was very quick. It got straight to the action right away, but I'm not going to complain. I kind of prefer it that way. And yeah, I think everything was great. I do want to say though, Ikimoto did a very good job with the character designs. Not only was, we all know how great Boruto's character design was, since we all saw it earlier. Kawaki, Sawada, and the rest of the new gen, they all had glow ups, and I think it's well deserved. So I can't wait for the next chapter, because chapter one was, in my opinion, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 1,000%. I mean, you said something kind of interesting. I probably we could probably talk about this a little bit later. Is essentially them getting it directly into the action. I know I seen on Twitter some people are kind of a little bit. It was let's say controversial decision. Some people wanted it to be eased in a bit more. Some people want directly to the action. In my personal opinion, I had it. I definitely want the action. I definitely want the action. When it comes to Naruto Shippuden, and Boruto, 1,000% the best episodes for me personally is when there's imminent action or when there's actual action. So this right here, in my personal opinion, for specific for the chapter, it was a 10. It was a 10 out of 10. You said most of the stuff. I mean, the designs off the rip. I kind of said this on my other pod. It was a 10 out of 10 just off of the designs. Like Boruto came out, we kind of knew how Boruto would look, but they kind of updated his design. Sara's design was impeccable, in my personal opinion. Once we seen the full one, yeah, she looks absolutely amazing. Not only that, in my personal opinion, I mean, I don't know, maybe this right here, maybe we could possibly see a bit more once my guy actually does have like an outfit change, or when he does go into Sage mode. I think Mitsuki's design definitely looks impeccable. I thought he looked like almost identical to Log. He still kind of looks like Log, but it's a bit different. So I like that about it, and also like the plot stuff. Like, let's be honest, like a bunch of stuff is getting crazy. I like the fact that they kind of updated some of the stuff that we kind of thought, and some of the questions that we did have was kind of answered. For example, how are they going to react to a bunch of baby pictures from Boruto? Are they seeing a bunch of all the videos of Boruto and Naruto when they were younger and all that stuff? And they kind of gave an update. They kind of said that, or they kind of made it seem like the omnipotent abilities was kind of updating itself, and it kind of got stronger over time. So a lot of stuff about this chapter, of course, we're going to get into more about it. I don't want to go into too much of a rant. 10 out of 10 for me.
I don't want to go on too much of a rant after a whole rant. I'm just nah. Can y'all hear me good though? Because
Yeah, you sound good.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, cool. I give the chapter a 8 out of 10. I think anything is really perfect, but it was a good ass chapter. I think the pacing was a little bit fast. Just going off what Meek said. It was a little bit quick, but we are on a time skip, and I've always said that the anime can fill in a lot of the details at the end that the manga misses out on. Even though it's kind of like lazy writing, but it's whatever. The action was dope. See my boy Boruto, I'm about to call him Boruto. See my boy Boruto come and put the foots into mouth. Very entertaining. The one thing though I have to give criticism on, like as far as the time skip designs, is my boy. I don't really like Kawaki's time skip design, bro. The baggy jeans and bro, he just looked like Lil Wayne. I don't know. I don't agree with it, bro. I don't
know. I personally like him, but fair enough.
He reminded me of Lil Wayne, bro. I don't know why. That's all I saw when I was watching. I'm like, bro,
some oversized ass
Lil Wayne
jeans.
And Boruto, yeah.
Hey,
and then his hair.
That's my favorite rapper,
like,
so I'm cool with it. I'm cool with
it. Hey, that's one of mine too. But I'm still like, yo, this is supposed to be Boruto, not Young Money Records. Nah, but in all serious though, I thought it was a pretty decent chapter as far as like the hype that was built up onto it, and like this having us waiting this long, and then the anticipation for the time skip. I think it was all fleshed out and it was all done well. Um, I feel like that we finally getting some Cold action, even though not too many people are really big fans of Cold. But in the beginning parts, we just like we got hints of Cold, and then Cold fought Damon, and then that was it really. We got the Clog Rhymes, but now we get to see the Clog Rhymes in action. We really know they ain't all that strong. It's not really that too much of a threat, but the fact that they can just pop up anywhere, it just makes them more of a threat than what they actually are. Oh no, I give it an 8 out of 10 though. I really enjoyed the chapter.
8?
Yeah, 8 out of 10. Nothing's perfect. And then the Miski thing, I honestly I thought that was Log. I didn't even know that was Miski, bro. Until I
You
kept
sure?
on reading. I swear to God, I didn't know that was Miski, bro.
Man.
When I first started reading it, I was like, what the fuck, Log back?
You know what's crazy? I thought that was Code when I first
You
saw
thought
it.
that was Cold? Wow.
Yeah.
What?
I didn't know it was Miski. I just put it that way.
No, when I was reading on stream, I thought Code and Kawaki were talking to each other. I was so confused. But then, like, I looked back again. I was like, oh, okay, that's Mitsuki. That shit confused me.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what they're gonna do with Mitsuki, man. I'm hoping that he's gonna be like an actual relevant thing in the plot. Of course, the Sage mode. Well, let's just say I hope he has an updated Sage mode. I hope he could actually use Sage mode and actually have some more amps to it. I mean, I'm really hoping at least bare minimum he's probably gonna be like at his max, probably like Delta level, man. Like at bare minimum, I would definitely love that.
I just hope they explore the character more of his character because Mitsuki did refer to Kawaki as his son. We know that like he calls Boruto his son. So of course, since he was affected by omnipotence and things of that nature. So what I'm hoping for is that like since we actually see Mitsuki and they're talking about like the whole sun and moon thing, I really hope they explore that because I feel like Mitsuki's overall character has been really lacking compared to the other, rest of the main cast. I think Mitsuki's still I think he's very underrated compared to a lot of the cast, and I just feel like I just really hope we get more of him. Of course, we're gonna see Boruto and Kawaki do their thing, and Sarada as well. But I really want to see Mitsuki pop off because even though they did show him use the stage mode, it really wasn't all that.
Yeah, definitely 1000%. I mean, I even had like I think he's extremely underrated as well. I personally have the idea that a lot of the early arcs, like he couldn't really been involved in a lot of the missions simply because if he was involved, he essentially like one shot the actual enemy. Like if he's actually taking it serious. And
True.
my guy Mello, I was listening to my guy stream the other day. I think it was either yesterday or 2 days ago. He's basically talking about how Mitsuki basically talked about how he wants to get stronger than some of the Otsutsuki members. And that right there, my personal opinion, could definitely possibly be like a barometer for specifically how strong Mitsuki is actually going to get. Can he surpass a character like Momoshiki? Can he surpass a character like even Kage Otsutsuki later on in the future when a bunch of people are up there with Ishiki Otsutsuki? I think it's definitely possible. By the way, we didn't necessarily get Melo's rating. Speaking of my guy Melo, what was your rating of this chapter, my guy?
What's up, Meek? What's good, bro?
I'm doing well. How you doing, bro?
Pretty good. You feeling better?
Yeah, feeling a lot
Nice,
better.
nice. Yeah, no, I enjoyed the chapter a lot. I think the new character designs were pretty fire. I really enjoyed the pacing personally. I was thinking about doing a comparison between Naruto's kind of return back post time skip and of course, Boruto. And I'm really liking how they hopped right into the action. They didn't leave us waiting, and the main characters kind of ran the story for the majority of said story. And I really like how they gave Boruto the Goku from Z treatment to where he's the main character who shows up at the very end. I want to see a lot more of that. While like the Saradas and maybe the Mitsukis or the Sumireis and Himawaris can hold down the story in the meantime. I really enjoyed that. I thought the kind of you have to think about some of the wonky dialogue that they did have, and then take into consideration that this is the post time skip landscape, so there's probably going to be new fans coming in. People have been waiting for that promised scene from chapter 1 episode 1, and we're finally getting close to it. And I have some questions for you guys about that, by the way. So I definitely think we have a little bit awkward dialogue, dialogue that maybe should have been said, a few years ago. But taking that into consideration, I think it's fine. I'll excuse it. I'm really, I will say this. Well, my rating for it's a 10 out of 10. It must be a 10 out of 10. But I will say I feel weird I feel like I'm watching an Elseworld story or something. It's just so bizarre. Like everything's so odd. Kawaki's calling Master Shika. It's a mind trip for sure. But I'm liking it. Really enjoying it so
Sometimes
far.
the translations tend to be weird on the officials. Did you
Yeah.
guys read the OP scans version, like the chapter that leaked early?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
Sarada
some-
called Shikamaru a fool, and in the official she calls him a blockhead. I was like, oh
Yeah,
lord.
yeah, that's the problem with the officials. Sometimes it tends to be a little bit too kiddish, and they don't do the literal translation sometimes. Like for example, in chapter 80, after I read the officials, I went back to read the OP scan version, and Boruto at the end, he says like I'm Boruto Uzumaki or whatever. In the OP scans version, he's like I'm Boruto Uzumaki, you shithead. Like that sounds like way cooler. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
And it kind of
sometimes.
matches his personality a little bit more.
Exactly, and you get like more of the raw dialogue from the leaked versions compared to the official ones. Because I feel like sometimes Viz tends to censor these words to make it, because they know like kids are like reading it and shit, to make it more PG-ish when it really shouldn't be. But that's just how it is for a lot of the official mangas. Unfortunately, I really wish like it was more graphic with the dialogue, like how the leaked chapters do it though.
Oh, yeah, well, 1000%.